Diego stepped off the plane in America with only $20 in his pocket. He could not speak English, and he knew no one in this new country. But he had a dream to build something great. Every morning he woke up before sunrise and walked to restaurants looking for work. People did not understand his words, and they shook their heads and walked away. Diego felt sad and lonely, but he remembered his dream, and he kept trying every day. What happened next? This is the first part of the story. Enjoy watching. Diego stepped off the plane and looked around the busy airport. He held $20 in his pocket and could not speak English, and he felt scared and alone. People rushed past him speaking a language he did not understand, and signs showed words he could not read. But he also felt excited because he had a dream. He wanted to build a successful business in America, and he would not give up, no matter how hard it became. Diego found a small apartment in a poor neighborhood, and he paid rent with his last money. He had no job and no friends, and he slept on the floor because he had no furniture. But he had hope. Every morning, he woke up before sunrise and walked to restaurants looking for work. He tried to ask for jobs, but people did not understand his words, and they shook their heads and walked away. Diego felt sad and lonely, but he remembered his dream, and he kept trying every day. After 2 weeks of searching, Diego found his first job washing dishes. He worked as a dishwasher in a restaurant, and he worked very hard from morning until night. The owner saw that Diego worked hard and never complained, so he gave him more hours and better pay. Diego worked 12 hours every day, and he saved every dollar he earned, and he lived on only $3 a day. He ate simple food like rice and beans, and he never spent money on anything extra. But he was happy because he had a job and hope. Diego met another immigrant named Eleanor at the restaurant, and they became friends. Eleanor also worked multiple jobs and struggled with English, and they helped each other learn new words every day. Every Sunday, Diego and Eleanor pooled their money together, and they went to an all-you-can-eat restaurant as their weekly treat. They took turns going to the buffet and bringing food back to their table, and they shared everything they got, and this was the highlight of their week. Diego felt grateful because he had a friend and good food, and he felt less alone in this new country. After 1 year of hard work, Diego learned enough English to get a better job. He started working at a tech company, and he learned about computers and technology, and he worked harder than anyone else. He worked hard every day and learned new skills, and his boss noticed his dedication and gave him more responsibility. Diego felt proud because he was learning and growing, and he started to believe that his dream was possible. Diego saved money for 3 years, and he learned everything he could about business, and he started his own restaurant. He opened a small restaurant with his savings, and he worked day and night cooking and serving customers, and he never stopped working. The restaurant became popular because the food was good and the prices were fair, and customers loved his food and told their friends. After 5 years of hard work, Diego owned 3 restaurants, and he became a millionaire, and he felt successful and proud. He bought a house for his family and a car for transportation, and he felt that his dream was coming true. But one day, everything changed in an instant. Diego received a phone call late at night, and the voice sounded urgent and scared. "There is a fire at your restaurant," the voice shouted, and Diego felt fear rush through his body. He ran to his restaurant without thinking, and he saw flames reaching high into the sky and thick black smoke filling the air, and his heart broke. The fire destroyed everything he had built, and Diego lost his restaurants and all his money, and he felt helpless and lost. Diego sat in his empty apartment and felt deep sadness. He had worked for 10 years building his business, and he had lost everything in one terrible night. He did not know how to pay his mortgage next month, and he did not know what to do or where to turn. But Diego remembered his dream, and he remembered how he started with only $20, and he decided that he would start over again, no matter what. Key words from part 1. 1. Arrive, to come to a place. Example, Diego arrived in America with only 20. Example, when did you arrive at the airport? 2. Dream, a strong hope or wish for the future. Example, Diego had a dream to build a successful business. Example, what is your dream for the future? 3. Language, the words people use to communicate. Example, Diego could not speak the English language. Example, learning a new language is difficult but important. 4. Struggle, to work hard to overcome difficulties. Example, Diego struggled to find a job because he could not speak English. Example, many immigrants struggle when they first arrive. 5. Restaurant, a place where people go to eat food. Example, Diego worked in a restaurant washing dishes. Example, his restaurant became very popular with customers. Practice sentences, 7 sentences with natural flow. Diego stepped off the plane and looked around the busy airport. He held $20 in his pocket and could not speak English, and he felt scared and alone. Diego worked 12 hours every day, and he saved every dollar he earned, and he lived on only $3 a day. Every Sunday, Diego and Elena pooled their money together, and they went to an all-you-can-eat restaurant as their weekly treat. After 5 years of hard work, Diego owned 3 restaurants, and he became a millionaire, and he felt successful and proud. But one day, everything changed in an instant, and Diego received a phone call late at night. The fire destroyed everything he had built, and Diego lost his restaurants and all his money, and he felt helpless and lost. Diego sat alone in his apartment and thought about his future. He had lost everything he built, but he still had his dream and his determination. Then his phone buzzed with a message, and Diego looked at the screen with hope. The message would change everything, but he did not know it yet, and the next part of his journey was about to begin. Next episode tease, what will the message say? Will Diego start over?